You are welcome to LFN What's Your Say? The #1 listening show where we discuss real issues with real people like you. We are still featuring R. Kelly. Real name, Robert Sylvester Kelly. Also known as the R&B King. The R. Kelly case in its entirety has been characterized by numerous scenarios where new lies have been told, and where confessions of old lies have been made. But it looks like the court is no longer bothered by this since all this has been ignored, and R. Kelly duly sentenced against testimonies that no one sane enough would trust. Imagine someone saying something in an interview today, and withdrawing the same statement tomorrow suggesting they have a new truth. But the court is still willing to believe the so-called new truth. Imagine someone marching into the courtroom to mention how they lied to the defendant about their age, in a case where age is at the core of what matters the most. But the court goes on to try the defendant and finds him guilty, and then proceeds to sentencing him to not 10 years, not 20 years but 30 years in maximum prison. This makes me want to find out whether witness credibility is still in the court's requirements manual, or whether this was rubbished away years back, and I am simply not up to date with what the new judicial system looks like. Since when did the requirement that a witness remain consistent with their testimonies and comments about the case become obsolete? Where and when did we miss the change? Now, whoever is teaming up with somebody who is lying and determining the winner of this case. Whoever has chosen to use their authority to stand with lies and inconsistencies, and whoever has decided to disregard the R&B King's defense in this regard has chosen where they want to be. We all know and understand the R&B King is famous and will therefore be hated by many as a default. But hating someone should not necessarily mean teaming up with anyone that has openly confessed to you they went as far as lying about their damn age, just to get a piece of great R. Kelly. If I walked up to you and asked you what's your name, and you said to me, I am Joanna, and I addressed you as Joanna yet in the real sense you are Rowana, how then will it be my fault if you miss on your opportunities meant for Joanna? It cannot be my fault. Strangely though, the courts of law seem to say, R. Kelly is responsible for everything else that followed, even after being lied to. Perhaps men should start demanding birth certificates from people who want to be with them, as proof of age. But again, these too can be forged. Court therefore needs to come out and clarify what their position is in such a circumstance when people are being lied to, and there is no way to prove or disprove what they say. Another thing that fails to add up are the claims of force and coercion, into doing certain things against one's will. There is a certain story I would never believe. And that is the story that says, I was forced to go to a party, but when I got there, I chose to eat the cake. When you are held up in a place you don't want to be, you fight, there is pulling and tagging, and failed attempts to escape. None of these is evident in the R. Kelly chain of events. While prosecutors tried to substitute this with brainwash, one may wonder how brainwash is determined. If I sit down with you today and sell an idea you have never known of or needed in your life and you buy, we surely cannot call this brainwash. Otherwise the salesman and preacher man who teach us the word we never knew would all be in jail for brainwash. I think it's high time the authorities who have handled the R. Kelly case flashed back at their work, just to check how tidy it is, so that they do not make the same mistakes when faced with a similar scenario in the future. There is simply no way to convince me and other R. Kelly fans that witness credibility will no longer matter in the United States of America courtroom. And that's why it is challenging to note that in the R. Kelly case, it never mattered even an inch. This is the first trial we have witnessed, where people are allowed to say whatever they wish to say, change statements as many times as they may wish to, and when they show any form of regret for what they have done to Kelly, they are shut down and assumed to be suffering Stockholm Syndrome. The authorities want to mean that whenever people attack R. Kelly, they are in their right senses, but when they turn around and defend him instead, they are sick with Stockholm Syndrome. How convenient. According to Ginger Hunter, there are very many celebrities who have done worse than R. Kelly is alleged to have done, but none ever spent even a day in jail. Examples being the likes of Marvin Gaye, Steven Tyler, Bobby Womack, Paul Walker among others. The only mistake R. Kelly made was he left the women he dated in regret and feeling horrible about themselves. Leaving multiple women disgruntled after relationships with you is like sitting on a time bomb. This situation can be very dangerous, and R. Kelly's case is a revelation of exactly how dangerous this can get. According to Jessica Powers, God still has the last word, even though all these people choose to tell lies and set R. Kelly up. God said, "Let me make your enemies your footstool." And his brother Kerry Kelly, who joined in and lied to about his own brother, he will have to live with that guilt for the rest of his life. No wonder he wasn't at his trial, because he is jealous of him, and has always wanted what R. Kelly had. Even though R. Kelly took care of all his family including him. Look what they did to him. It is very sad to see that no matter how much you show people love, even if they did not deserve it, they will never appreciate. They will instead tell lies about you in exchange for social sympathy. According to Michael Makwa, I know what it's like to have a brother and ex-lovers who is jealous of you, and would do anything to sabotage your life. I can relate to what R. Kelly is going through. R. Kelly needs to put his faith and trust in God, and pray that he will be vindicated and set free. It's now known, the people you love are always the very ones who take you down. Telling lies is part of human nature, yes, but when the lies are well accepted by the authorities who are supposed to regulate, it becomes a worrying situation. No one would have predicted that in the year 2022, judges will be allowing lies in the courtroom with no regret. The case against R. Kelly has, however, revealed to us that this is possible, with multiple women stepping in on behalf of government and saying all kinds of things about R. Kelly that didn't really happen, and only meant to tarnish his name, yet accepted by the courts of law as the real truth. Since when did statements made by humankind qualify to be adopted as gospel truth without any form of questioning? And more especially statements made by people who have a strong history of telling lies even after swearing in the name of God not to. Our justice system has been reduced to a kangaroo court system, and this needs to change, or else it's going to be completely derailed. While some people may think this is being done for R. Kelly alone and that they will never be affected, let them think again, because this is the same thinking that prevailed when the same was being done to Michael Jackson. Little did we know that R. Kelly was going to be next in queue, but now take a look at how history is indeed repeating itself. If you wish to take part in a live interview discussing any of these topics, let us know by sending an email to sashalfnmedia@gmail.com for schedule. Thank you for watching today's video, a production of LFN Media, giving you another perspective of issues at hand. We make it our business to keep you updated with the truth amidst the cloud of lies the media wants you to believe. It is therefore important to subscribe to this channel, hit the bell icon and allow all notifications so that you don't miss out whenever we publish a new video.